Hello, and welcome to the prologue video for Season 2. Before we dive in, let's take a look at the final standings once again for the first season. Max Verstappen wins the championship by 5 points over Charles Leclerc and 9 points over his teammate Sergio Perez, who will be retiring after the season is over. We finished P8 in the drivers, P6 in the constructors, so overall a good first season. We did win one race. We won the Belgian Grand Prix in the wet. You can see that there. He also scored a podium in Austria, so that was good. And yeah, we're going to get set here to start the next season. Unfortunately, we can't really purchase any more upgrades at this point because anything we purchase that's not the Arrow will have to be adapted, and it's already at the end of the season, so we can't really do anything on that front. I've gotten all the activities already set here, and I guess we are just going to fast forward to the contract renewal and see what we can obtain. See if we retain Oscar Piastri. Do we go for somebody else?
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car, ready for the next race
Alright,
weekend.
got a marking event.
Hey, the marketing team wants to run this one past you.
Several items in our merchandise line are either sold out or running low. With the season well underway, careful not to... Well, the season's over, actually. We have enough cash to double the order of
The department
merchandise.
wants me to pass on their thanks for helping out. You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media who you consider to be your rival. Think carefully who you select, as while you will receive acclaim for beating them, you'll lose acclaim if you fail to do so.
I understand that, but that's not important right now. We're going to renegotiate with Oscar Piastri, see what we can do here. And the approach is declined. So, let's see what we can do here. Okay. So we got approached. I decided to go with Nico Hulkenberg. So I'll give him a low risk, and I set the team icons for this specific reason to get a guy like Nico Hulkenberg, who is returning to F1 in real life in 2023. So go with a low risk offer. See what he says. All right, there we go. We've signed Nico Hulkenberg to the team, and he's our new driver for Season 2. That's pretty awesome. And of course, as you see there, Sergio Perez retiring from F1. And this is, if you're not familiar with the driver icons, essentially how that works is that only you, the user, can use the driver icons. The other teams cannot. So that's how that works anyway. Go to driver perks. Can do more power mapping and development feedback. All right.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
And we have 1,157 resource points, but again, we can't really do anything because all the other departments are going to be adapted. And just to be sure, we've got everything adapted on the chassis side, everything adapted on the engine side, everything adapted on the durability side. So nothing. We've adapted everything, so that's good. And yeah, we'll finish the season. The big thing here is going to be the money we get from the main sponsor. And we get a fair amount, 27.96 million. Now you have 28.95 million.
As much as I love seeing big numbers on the books, we don't get any benefit from leaving it in the bank. Let's spend some of this cash.
Alright, let's see. So the good news is that we can mess around with the schedule here because Portugal and China are now in the game. So we can... I want to put China and Portugal in for sure. So the decisions are going to come down to what gets removed. Trying to think what is the best option for the schedule here. Okay, I think I'm definitely going to remove Imola. Nothing against Imola, but prefer not to have two races in Italy in the same season. So I'm going to keep Abu Dhabi because I actually do like the new Abu Dhabi track. So and we're going to put in Portugal. Though weirdly, it's set as the 20th race on the calendar, which is kind of funny. Now what track do I want to remove? So as much as I like the Jeddah circuit, I think it's going to have to be that one. So we'll remove Saudi and add China. So again, just to recap, we are removing the Jeddah Corniche circuit as well as Imola, and we are adding in China and at the end of the season, Portugal. Again, very weird spot for Portugal, but I guess it's just where they have it on the calendar. So. Or, actually, you know what? I could remove France, because France did get knocked off the calendar this year. You know what? Just to keep it somewhat consistent with real life here, why don't we remove France, add Saudi Arabia back in, and at least that way we have a more realistic 2023 schedule. Okay, so I guess we'll go with that. So we will do without Imola and France. We'll keep China in, just add China to the rotation, even though they're not racing there because of their COVID situation, obviously. Ooh, excuse me. Um, I'll just throw it in there because just to make something different. For the new season. So we'll go with that. All right. Now everything there is staying the same. Livery. We're changing the livery. There's one livery that I really liked that I want to change to. If I could find it. This is it right here. Okay. Change color. Let's see. I think I have to do is figure out the color here. Let me actually jot it down. What the livery color was. Bring that up. Okay. I want to do the yellow, of course, for the Rockstar Energy Racing. 32, 240. Alright, I think that looks good. I was trying to find the right combination for the camo. Let's see. See it the other way around. I guess I like it the other way around. I think this is the one where I want to make yellow. Still want the car to be mostly yellow, but with the camo gray and black in there too. Alright, that looks good. Actually, I think I could lighten up the gray a little bit to give it a better contrast. Let's see, do they have that suit? Or do I have to stick with this one? Yeah, I guess we can change it, so that's good. It'll be black. Go back to the livery select, make sure I got the color matching right. Yellow, gray, yellow, black. Okay. You know, on second thought, I don't really like that fire suit. Even though it matches the team colors. I'm not the biggest fan. I like that race suit as is. Actually, I guess I'll just keep it that way. Doesn't match, but who cares? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a bit of a Jeff Gordon tribute helmet here with the flames. Alright, let us advance. I think I actually missed the point where we get to choose the sponsor and the uh, manufacturer, but wasn't that going to change anything? So, So there's actually been, so here's the shuffle of the driver order. McLaren is now at the top of the grid, followed by Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, Aston Martin, AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo. Alpine had the biggest drop. So let us go first of all to the area here. I think anything that can get us resource points is going to be big. So we have a 6-day thing here, 8-day, 8-day, and that. So how many days do we have? So 8, 8, 16, and then 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so we're gonna have to make a tough choice here. Alright, facilities. Alright, so we can really start upgrading the facilities here. Okay. Um, Powertrain. We're gonna go with quality control. Um, Chassis. I'm gonna go with 3. Build time will go 2. Upgrade the resource point generation. That done. And we'll do this to improve pit stop performance. So everything, let's see. This is all going to be upgraded before the first race, I'm pretty sure. So let's go to R&D and see what we can do here. Where are we most deficient? We're last in aero. We are last in chassis. Engine power, we're okay. I guess chassis is probably the biggest thing. Let's go with the weight reduction upgrade for the engine cover. Alright. You know what? We'll upgrade the resource point generation on the aerodynamics as well. So that way everything on the resource points is upgraded. Alright, I think we're all set to go here. I'll have to look at the driver market. Okay, so here's how things work out in the driver market. Lewis Hamilton stays where he is. Again, we're ignoring the driver icons because the other teams can't pick them, only we can. Max Verstappen stays where he is. Valtteri Bottas stays where he is. Sebastian Vettel jumps to McLaren. That's an interesting one, and that's interesting now that McLaren's at the top of the grid. Charles Leclerc remains a Ferrari. Lando Norris, it's funny that Lando Norris went to Red Bull because there is an actual real life story where I guess Christian Horner had talked about how Red Bull had approached Lando Norris in the past or in previous seasons, but every time I guess he was approaching free agency and they attempted to approach him the next day, he was signed up by McLaren or whatever it may be. So Norris at Red Bull is an interesting one. Daniel Ricciardo stay at McLaren, so it'll be Vettel and Ricciardo at McLaren, while Norris and Verstappen are at Red Bull. Carlos Sainz stays where he is. Alonso, Gasly, George Russell, Mick Schumacher, Albon, Ocon, Magnussen, Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda, Latifi, Hulkenberg, and Oscar Piastri ends up filling the open seat at Aston Martin, left vacant by Sebastian Vettel. Zhou Guanyu stays where he is. And I believe that is the entire grid. No other driver's been signed. So yeah, so there you go. Again, the changes, mainly Lando Norris going to Red Bull, Sebastian Vettel going to McLaren. So again, Lando Norris going to Red Bull to replace Sergio Perez. The McLaren seat is filled by Sebastian Vettel. Oscar Piastri fills the Aston Martin seat, and Nico Hulkenberg is my teammate at Rockstar Energy Racing. So, we will advance the time here and get those department upgrades that are oh so crucial.
Our new parts have completed without issue.
Okay.
They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
So we need to get some upgrades to the durability, because we haven't really worked on that yet. So MGUH, definitely get that one. Let's see. I guess we'll go with the control electronics. So it's going to take a couple races for these upgrades to come into the car, but we should get them eventually. So It's going to be a very interesting season to see how McLaren do at the front of the field. Um, and the earliest our upgrades are going to come in is going to be the 29th, so it won't be even in until after the second race. So it might be a struggle still through the first two races, but then once we get past March and into April, you should see those upgrades really having an impact. And something else I'm going to want to work on is getting the morale of the team up. Or brings the morale of the other two departments up. So that we can reduce the chance of failures. Ah, yes. Look at those upgraded facilities. You'll love to see it. I guess what I'll do is I'll do a update to the quality control on the durability just to get that to level 2. I guess we'll do that on the chassis side too. We'll do our funds, but you gotta spend money to improve, so won't be a big deal. Alright. I think that is everything, and it certainly sets up for a pretty exciting second season, so thank you for watching this prologue to Season 2, and look out for the Bahrain Grand Prix.